Welcome, all you +2 comedy modifiers, back to the stream. Welcome back to Memoirs of Death. TV's Noah here, smoothie in hand, which I'm told means that for this stream I am New Jersey late. I am 20 minutes late to starting this stream, but I did have time to get a beverage. So I'm told that makes me New Jersey late. So, today, we are going to be working on cheaters, which is, of course, the thing that murdered G4 originally. Now, I've been told that the previous thing we were working on has been solved, so I'm going to jump into something new. We'll go back if we have time and look back at Tango and get a full ending to that at some point. But I feel like jumping into something new, so we're jumping into cheaters. And I apologize that I haven't done one of these in a bit. I've been quite ill, so I haven't had time to do these. But luckily, here's the funny thing, because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. So let's jump in to cheaters. So this is the third chapter, third installment. So that's just what that is. That's not a clue. So, it seems to be a lot of ways to die. So we have a car accident, we have a nuclear explosion, we have a plane crash, we have a bee, we have a motorcycle, we have... What do you think this means? I'm going to guess that's starvation, because it's food crossed out. I don't think anyone's died from not McDonald's, but I think it's saying hunger there. Then we have, looks like, the electric chair. We have tornadoes, electricity, or perhaps specifically lightning. And then I don't know what we have here. This looks like a tombstone. Perhaps being buried alive? Perhaps? See, I was thinking old age, but to be honest, old age isn't really a reason someone dies. Like, we died of old age, but like, someone who dies of old age, there's still a thing that kills you. It's like, well, they were old and they had a heart attack. Let's see. Let me see if I can get a zoom in this program no. Can I get a helpful zoom, please? Helpful zoom. Can I get another helpful zoom? That is true. That is the same for a car accident. Because he was in a car accident. Yeah, but it's the fact that he hit a wall, that his brain exploded is the thing that killed him. Alright, so there is something here that I'm trying to quite understand. So I'm just going to try to take notes here. Car accident. We get... excuse me. My voice did a weird thing there. We have 3. And then underlined, well, I'll just do that is 391 kilometers per hour? Six, 3. So there. It may be that there's a very specific car accident where the car was going 391 miles per hour or kilometers per hour because it's metric. And then bomb. Just gonna call it bomb. 122 years. Nine. 2. So, what could that be referencing? Because I doubt that it's 122 years ago. Actually, it might be. Oh my god. No, because 100 years ago would be 1930 or 19. This would be like 1900. Would be 122 years ago. 1900, 1901. And the first nuclear explosion would be, what is that? That would be World War. How long would the fallout be deadly? That's a good idea. I was also thinking perhaps it's referencing a movie that takes place 122 years in the future. Because, like, 2155, that sounds like a movie year, right? I like that as a thought, though. That is a good thought. Because I'm starting to think, I have this idea that these are all specific incidences. And, like, these numbers are the number of victims in a particular incident. Like, 3 people died in a car moving this speed. But you know, it's just a theory. So we got plane, 5. We got 981 kilometers per hour, which I'm guessing is... No, I mean, 391 is really fast, but I don't know. I gotta get it in miles per hour because I mentally cannot place how fast that is. Let me just finish the 7, 3. Let's I didn't do the 7. 7. Is my 7 key broken? All right, there we go. All right, let's go to the internet. I still need to see Chernobyl. The HBO show, I heard it's really good. Let's go with kilometers per... Yeah, this is what I want. Boom. So 391. Easy. 391. Will be 249 miles per hour. That's really fast for a car. What's the fastest a car's ever gone? All right, I stand corrected. Really interesting. So what's the other one? 981. So how fast does a plane go? How fast is a plane? So again, very fast for the plane. Faster than the plane should be going. No. Correctly what a plane should be going. Just slightly faster than a plane should be going. That's what I was going to do next. Is the mind-boggling by every account, the kind of speed that a Formula One car of today's can achieve. But the BP-23 will do it, exceeding the maximum velocity of F1 from the 90s. McLaren world record, 391 kilometers. All right, so this happened in 2006. Interesting. Don't play an ad. so this is... Let me just seeing if there's... I thought you'd have more information for me. Alright, so this is a car going very fast. Got it. So, when in regards to this, does any of the information in that kind of line up with that? 3, 6, and 3. I mean, the 6 could be '06. We could be talking years. Okay. So then what if we have 981 per hour plane? Well, I'm also kind of thinking with this kind of looks, here's some other images I have. This is reminiscent of a cryptic crossword. So it could also mean that the answer we're looking for is 3 letters long. Though answers being 2 letters long seem kind of difficult. So I'm going to keep going, just kind of looking down this, because the next one's very confusing to me. It's a B. 8 times 7? Seven parentheses 3. I don't know what that could be referencing at all. Motorcycle. The motorcycle one's also very strange. It could be, I guess it could be a murder hornet. But the motorcycle one says 398 meters? Like, not meters per hour. It just says M, which I assume is meters. I don't know what that would be. The only person that, like, when I think of death by bees, I think of My Girl with Macaulay Culkin and The Wicker Man. Not the bees, not the bees. Plus, I mean, the whole thing about bees is that they can only sting you once, right? Okay, here's one I want to look up. Do you think someone went 45 years without eating? I know wasps can. Okay, this guy went 70 years without food and water. Yeah, 45 is like the key part here. Unless somebody ate a 45-year-old burger, which I believe is the plot of an old TGIF show called Teen Angel, where he eats a burger and dies because he finds it like under his friend's bed. How old is the guy from Super Size Me? Let's find out. It's an interesting idea. It's a 2004 film. Spurlock. Is it Morgan Spurlock? I was actually a big fan of his. Yeah, Morgan Spurlock, born 1970, 80, 90, 2000, 2010, 2020. Well, he's in his 50s. Check out Stay Tuned Podcast. No food. 45 years. 7, 2. So what do we think is happening in this picture? Because I said electric chair, but he might just be like solitary confinement type thing, or he might just be tied up. I know people have lived in solitary confinement in prisons for well over 18 days. My gut says electric chair because of the bag and the restraints, but like it is missing the key like electric chair thing. So I'm just gonna write chair. 18 days. 4, 2. All right. Could it be the pictures and the values with the units don't match? Entirely possible that we need to match these back up. Entirely possible that these are wrong. But I'm just kind of taking with what I got. I mean, the car thing seems like that is the world record for cars. So that kind of feels good. But like I'm gonna do a quick search on electric chair 18 years. Or 18 days. Here's a very specific looking story. Could the first number match a word from the prompt? Car, nuclear, plane. It's possible. That's a good thought. Let me just see what happened to this person. Trials. I'm seeing if there's something up with the execution. $18 days. Well, then why did you suggest this? You used a Bible as a booster seat. Ugh. Ugh. This is the important part of the information. Right, gotcha. Fisher Price prototype electric chair, yay! Alright, nothing's super jumping out at me. Because it seems to be finding a bunch of stuff that has 18 days and electric chair, but it appears that those two facts are not related. Like, those two items are just, like, they're both there, but they're not tied. I want you to understand how much I hate ChatGPT. Like, so much. I hate it so much. It's ruining everything. Old man TV's Noah here. Tornado. 4. This number seems very specific. And perhaps will give us something to Google. No, it's evil. You're talking to someone who teaches and is an artist. Like, it's the worst thing in the world to me. This seems like a very Googleable term because it's very unique, and thus we should get something out of this. I'm also more confident that it's a tornado, so. This is very interesting. Yo, that's a fantastic point. But that does look like a dot to me. And not a comma. It could be a comma. Maybe it's a radio station or something? Oh, really? Yeah, well, I mean, I'll go ahead and do this, and we'll see if that helps. So it's a very specific number that somebody fell and survived, but it doesn't have anything to do with tornadoes, does it? A tornado involved? No tornado. You think it would match the plane? You think they're all out of orders? I'm just looking for that. A cabin assistant survival when the DC-9 she was in exploded in what is now over the Czech Republic earlier this week. Woman survived landing atop her fourth. No. So there was an explosion. They fell off a balcony. She was 102? She reached terminal velocity. Yeah, Penn State. Land on your side. That's not what wrestlers do. Flat bump. This is definitely very suspicious. I'm actually going to just give this a quick bookmark. I think the weirdest thing about this is there's not really one... There's nothing here that I would say, oh, that constitutes just a fall. You know? Curiouser and curiouser. Alright, so let's just finish this real quick. Lightning 3x2443 8, and then I don't know, tombstone. These are people that have been murdered by the Undertaker. X2 7 3. Let me zoom out, because I won't zoom out. No, let me zoom out a bunch. Because we're kind of ignoring. There's some architecture here that's very, very specific. Man found alive 18 days after funeral. Whoa! A Portuguese man who was reported dead by his local hospital has been seen alive 18 days after his supposed funeral and burial. Wow, that's interesting. The link didn't quite work the way I thought it would. So we're getting a different country every time. Do we think maybe it has something to do with the country of origin? So would we guess that this is supposed to line up with the tombstone? Was declared dead on January 10th. The old man had been hospitalized for 2 months at the hospital in a place, Santa Maria da Feira, due to respiratory problems before being infected with the coronavirus. The man's family was informed of his death by employees. The funeral was held 2 days later. They insist on seeing the body because something made me suspect that it might not be my father, but they didn't let me, and I understood. In a bizarre turn of events, last Saturday, the family were informed that their relative's death was an error and the man was still alive. The buried body belonged to another family who was later contacted. So it's not so much that they didn't actually survive it. They were just wrong. All right, so you have a woman that was struck by lightning twice, which is interesting because there is a ×2 here. So we think maybe this one's supposed to go with the lightning. We're thinking this goes with the lightning. We're thinking this goes with a fall, which maybe might be the airplane, but there's nothing really showing a fall, which is odd. And we do think this goes with the car, though. Because that is the world record for a car. But if they are mixed up and we're talking about crashes. Right, that's exactly what I was thinking. This might have to do with the fall. Because we only have 2 speeds. This is a speed and this is a speed. What do you guys think about, I'm just going to do it, 981 kilometers per hour motorcycle? .81 kilometers hour motorcycle. motorcycle. I thought maybe the wheels would melt. All right. It would have proved everything right. All right, so we have the... was traveling at the incredible speed of 391 miles an hour when he lost control of his bike. Did he live? Death is here. Arrived, everybody. Death is here. Did you feel... I got a little chill. You got a little chilly in here and death arrived. They're supposed to be mine. That's what I'm thinking. I think we're all referencing people who survived. I think it's people who lived. Harry Potter, the boy who lived, come to die. I just like doing the impression. Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't have sleeves. Because my arms are too big for them. Alright, so we're thinking this all has to do... Alright, so current theories are... These are all referencing things that people survived. Also, they're not correctly aligned right now. Because the motorcycle is the one that went 391 miles per hour. 18 days, we believe, has to do with the person who... The person who was pronounced dead and then was walking around. We think the ×2 has to do with the electricity. I have a theory. That this, if I find this will prove everything correct. 2,000. What was the number? Damn it. 2,443 bee stings. I got him first. Ow, I punched my ring. Okay, so now we know that they're jumbled. They're jumbled, and it's... I said it before it came up. So we know that it's jumbled, and that we gotta fix them. Alright? So... Alright. Let's just knock this out. So, the motorcycle. All right, so I'm just going to write this fixed. This is us fixing it. So we're saying the motorcycle should actually have this information. The bees, not the bees! The bees are the stings. My keys are all sticky. The lightning is the ×2 one. Okay. And then this is a fall. So we're currently saying it's the plane, but I'm gonna just put plane in quotes so we remember that like we're unsure. Plane fall. They fell out of a balcony though, right? Am I crazy? Did I not see that they fell out of a balcony and then fell through a child's playhouse? They survived, which means I can laugh. And it all seems like they're all in different countries, right? Oh, all right. Never mind then. I'm silly. That is a high balcony. And we're believing. We're also believing it's this. Okay, so which ones remain? Well, I don't know what to do with the 18 days thing, so I'm gonna say that's the tombstone. I'm not confident on this one. I'm gonna star this one because I am not confident in it. I do find they've all been in different countries, which is interesting. Granted, this is a worldwide thing. This people surviving stuff. So let's try this. Or we got the bee stings. Do you think somebody went 122 years without eating? $122 years? Or is that just the oldest person? Yeah, that's just the oldest person. There's a great movie about people who claimed that they were like saints because they didn't need to eat, and it was this person's job to just watch them not eat, and they were always lying, so then they would just like starve to death. It's a weird film. Are they? I don't know. They could still be alive. But they're not. I mean, they avoided death for 122 years. Yeah, exactly. But that would make me think they're the tombstone. Because, I mean, Maddox, you said it immediately that the tombstone represented old age. I'm not buying the 18 days thing. I think this is wrong. I think it was an interesting story. Don't get me wrong. I think it was a real interesting story, and it was a great find. But I don't think that's what we're looking for right now. There's more to this than I thought. So we now believe that this belongs to the tombstone. 18 days without eating? That's a long day to go without eating. Aha! There it is. The longest recorded survival without food is 18 days. At 18 years old. On April 18th. Interesting, interesting, interesting. All right, so we're making good progress here. I'm liking this. So we're saying no food is the 18 days one. I didn't grab all of it. Hold on. I just need the 8. So here's the big one then. What's something that someone could have endured for 45 years? $45 in a bomb shelter? A tumor? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Unless it's the tied to the chair one. Yeah, I mean... So we do have this bunker that is 45 years old, but I don't think a person lived in it. I mean, Brendan Fraser only lived 35 years in a bomb shelter. So... Sounds like monk behavior. I agree. It certainly does. So what's left? Car crash, bomb, which is the one I'm suspicious of. We've done plane, we've done bees, we've done motorcycle. We've done food. See, I think it might just be like chained to a chair. $45 years solitary confinement. Nope. Nope, Albert, it's not you. I will say, it for some reason that is more chilling to talk about than all the other things we've discussed. The tornado's very suspicious now. You found it? Was sentenced to death in 1986 and is believed to be the longest serving death row prisoner in the world. He spent 45 years on death row. Very good. Very good. All right, while I'm doing that, I'm starting to think there were some 981 miles or kilometers per hour winds in a tornado. So the chair we're now saying is the 45 years. So what we have left is tornado to find, and car, and bomb. So, if I'm gonna guess the tornado's wind, what does that leave us with? The times 7? Like maybe someone survived 7 bombings? Or 7 car crashes. That doesn't seem as interesting. 389 meters. Maybe that's the closest someone's ever been to a nuclear explosion. I can't spell right now. What's the number? I already forgot it. 389 meters. It's not popping up the way I thought it would. Maybe someone was thrown 389 meters from a car crash, which would be quite the distance. Oh yeah, let's do the one that I'm more sure of. 81 kilometers per hour wind. Nah, it's still too fast. Tornadoes do not go that fast. Yeah, it's bad if wind is causing sonic booms, because that's just gonna make more wind. All right, so yeah. So what then? What do we do? Because the ones I think we haven't used the 981 kilometers per hour. We have not used the times 7, and we have not used where'd it go? 398 meters. Don't know what that could be. Survived 7 tornadoes. Well, here's something close to the tornado. A man was swept up by a tornado and thrown 1,307 feet and survived. That would actually be okay. So we're thinking that's the tornado. All right. I can get behind this. Do you think there's like a world record most car crashes survived? I'm missing part of this information. It's a 5. Or survived 7 nukes. All right, we can do that. Fastest car crash survived. I don't know if this is going to let me do this the way I want. We'll try it. Because I trust you. Get out! That is so fast! When the bearings of his front wheel seized, yeah, I imagine, sending the car tumbling more than a mile across the flats. Arvin was pulled from the wreck is dazed and bloody, but astonishingly turned to have suffered only cuts, bruises, and friction burns. Holy crap! Oh, wow, that's wild. Oh, that's just somebody smashing watermelons with their face. No, you don't. You don't do that. If you take anything away from this stream, do not modify your car to go over 900 miles an hour. I mean, you only need 88 to go back in time. Why would you go any faster than that? So that's the car. And that means that the 7 is the bomb. So someone had to have survived 7 explosions. It's not Philip J. Fry's grandfather. I know that. Boom. All right. How do you think it felt when having been struck by lightning 5 times, getting struck for a 6th time, and thinking, at least this cannot possibly happen again? Like, imagine talking to your friend, like, you've already been struck by lightning 6 times. What's going to happen? You're going to get struck by lightning a 7th time, and then it happens. That is not Gene Hackman. That is Park Ranger Roy C. Sullivan. Yeah, maybe after the 4th time, he's just kind of like, it's raining. I'm gonna get struck by lightning again. And then he just accepts it. I'll do it at my next open mic. The man who was struck by lightning that many times. So here's where we're at. I did the full hour. Let's switch this so this is correct. That tickles. All right, so let me save this as, what is this one called? Cheaters. Because they all cheated death. All right, guys. I think we've done good work today. So what can you go? No one needs, stop promoting my podcast, the Stay Doomed podcast, a podcast where we talk about shows that were killed after 1 season or less, updating every Wednesday wherever podcasts are sold. Stop promoting that on this stream. Thank you. It hurt me and it went away. The Broken Show will never be canceled. Broken Show happens constantly. All right, so what we have gathered here is each one of these little equations relate to one of the pictures, but not the one that it's next to. Each one of these equations is related to a person who cheated death. I would say that there is a good chance that the numbers somehow relate to that person's name. And we're going to take the third letter from one, the seventh letter from one, the fifth letter from one, and we're going to spell something. Unfortunately, that will not be happening today, because today I have other stuff to do. You can find all of these original pictures along with all the craziness that goes on by checking out Memoirs of Death. At Memoirs of Death on Twitter, at Memoirs of Death, I believe also on Instagram. Memoirsofdeath.com.net. There's a website as well. We've yet to successfully completely solve one of these on stream, but when you do solve one of these, you get a memoir of death that tells you the story of death. And eventually we'll do that and we'll put some more things together. But I really feel like we're close on this one. Unfortunately, we are out of time and I have other things I need to film today because I'm very important. Hold for applause. Thank you guys for joining me once again for another edition of Memoirs of Death. We try to do Memoirs of Death on Mondays, but the schedule's all messed up, so we'll see what happens. I try to stream every weekday at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time here on Twitch. Tuesdays over on Patreon. Thank you, Death. Death has... Yeah, I forgot the Wixit part. Death has provided you. Ask and Death will provide. That's a t-shirt. Ask and Death will provide. It is, this is a fantastic game. And 2 nights of WrestleMania, now owned by Endeavor, the parent company of the UFC. Yeah, that's a thing I'm real upset about. I've been freaking out about that all day. But thank you so much for joining me. I'll be streaming other things this week. I know I got an Oberdin coming. I'm going to try to get a Tai Chi in. Maybe we'll return to Rain Prawn. I'm not sure. Just be sure to follow me right here, Plus2 Comedy on Twitch, and subscribe to Plus2 Comedy Gaming so you can catch up on all my past live streams. And I will see you next time. Boop.